Shalom. Giving all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Double honors to my teachers, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, salutations to the sincere believers, the house of David, to the hopefully elect. And Lord's will, this is edifying to the elect. And this is something that is it's been on my mind for a while. Going into this possible encounter with an angel, and basically being tested, all right, because the angels do give report, all right, and this is why we got to be careful how we walk and how we deal, how we treat other people and whatnot, because again, you might be a complete demon for no reason, all right, and turn out that the individual that you were being a complete demon to could be an angel, could have been an angel. And with that being said, again, because they do report back to the Heavenly Father, and like I said, I believe that this is one of those things where I could have possibly have been tested, possible encounter with an angel, and this is something that took place. It was either back in 2019 or maybe early 2020. I don't remember exactly, because it's been a good while. It's been over a year at least. But the fact that I remember this very vividly, all right, I think about it pretty often. So the Spirit pretty much told me today to just do this video on it, right? So with that being said, like I said, I don't remember exactly. I believe it was maybe late 2019, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was late 2019. And basically, man, I was dropping my wife off at work. And she works at Amazon. Well, actually, I was picking her up. I was coming to pick her up from Amazon, right? And if you know about Amazon, they had the peak season, and which is why I believe, because pretty much during the holiday season, they have something called the peak season, and pretty much when it comes to peak season, man, it's I hate it. Everyone hates it, all right, because it's hectic, So it was around peak season, right? And I was coming to pick her up. Now, mind you, because during this time period, me and my family, my household, we were dealing with a lot. All right, we were going through it. All right, the Lord was really testing us, and I believe that's also another video I want to get into, because I believe with that whole experience, those trials and tribulations, pretty much because the scriptures go into how some of us are going to be pilgrims. Some of us are going to be constantly on the move, on the run, whatever the case may be. And I believe that the Lord was prepping us up to be pilgrims. But like I said, that's another video, another testimony, if the Spirit permits. But nevertheless, man, like I said, this was for me and my family. It was a very, very stressful time already as it is. All right, going through all type of afflictions, man, during this time period. So, I was already, I already had a lot of frustration, and I was, hey, man, in spiritually, I wasn't in a good place. All right, mentally, I wasn't in a good place. All right. So going back to this with this whole peak season, and I was coming to pick my demon up from her job, and this is something that was new because they never did this before with Amazon, where they had security, right? Like I said, this is something new. They don't, because typically you can just Now, to get into the building, yeah, you have to go through a process and, you know, go through security and checkpoints and all that. But that's if you go in the building. You see, I wasn't going in the building. I was just going in the parking lot to pick her up. So the fact that they had this going on, you know, I was pulling in, right? I was pulling in, and you had a Jake security guard, right? You know, he was pretty much stopping everyone. Now, like I said, mind you, this is peak season. This is the time where, you know, it's traffic. It's hectic as it is already, right? And the fact that you had this guy, the fact that you had, you know, security holding up the lines even longer, you know, pretty much just asking questions, you know, where are I think they were just trying to figure out if you actually worked there, or were you just picking someone up. So seeing this, you know, the security, you know, and pretty much them holding up the line and whatnot, all for these, you know, ridiculous questions or whatnot. Seeing that, I had already in my mind that, you know, I was pretty much in the state of, I don't want to deal with this shit, man. You know, it's like, what the hell do they got going on? What is this for? You know? So I was already ticked off, you know, before I even, you know, encountered the security and whatnot. All right. So pretty much, when it got to my turn, you know, when I got up to the security, you know, I'm not going to say, because I didn't, you know, I'm not the type to, you know, just, you know, be belligerent and, you know, curse people out and stuff like that. That's not me. But like I said, I was already frustrated. I already had a lot going on, you know, and when it came, you know, when I got up to the security, you know, he's asking all these questions, and I'm just pretty much just, what do you call it? Just blatant with it. Like, pretty much asking him, like, what the hell, I pretty much gave him an attitude. And like I said, when I say I gave him an attitude, it wasn't in the sense of, you know, cursing him out and, you know, blah, 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 rah, rah, and all that stuff. But, you know, pretty much, you know, I gave him an attitude. I almost gave him a little bit of a hard time, you know. And Jake, man, he was cool. He was cool as hell, you know. He didn't, you know, let it get to him or anything. You know, it was whatever. So, you know, it got through that. Ended up parking and waiting and whatnot. And, you know, as I was sitting there, I was like, you know what? I was wrong, man. You know, so pretty much what I ended up doing, ended up going to the Jake and, you know, pretty much just apologizing to him and, you know, just letting him know, because me, myself, I do security myself. So I know how it is when, you know, you're just doing your job, man. You know, these people that, you know, they're just doing a job, you know, they don't, you know, bother nobody or nothing like that. You know, you know, guys like me, man, we just do our job, man. All right. So with that being said, like I said, like I said, man, I knew I was wrong, man. So I went up to the Jake and I apologized to him, you know, for my, you know, how I conducted myself and whatnot. And like I said, Jake was cool, man. He was all smiling and whatnot. You know, he was smiling. He, you know, pretty much he just, you know, telling me, don't worry about it, deal with it all the time. And like I said, you know, because I told him, you know, I'm in security too, man, you know, and I know how it is. I know how people can get. So my bad, bro. You know, like I said, I straight up apologized to him, told him I'm sorry, you know, and it is what it is, you know. No love lost or anything like that. Jake was cool. He was cool about it, you know. So that took place, right? Like I said, man, this had to be back in 2019. So, and the fact that this stuff, you know, it like I said, I remember this very vaguely. All right, it constantly plays in my mind. All right, and eventually it got to the point where it hit me at some point later on, like months later. It hit me that, you know what, that could have been an angel, you know, that could have been a possible encounter with an angel, man, you know. Because like I said, man, the Jake, his demeanor, you know, how cool he was and whatnot, you know, he was real cool, man. All right, and not so coincidentally, right? Because there's no such thing as coincidences. I never seen that Jake again. I never seen him again, you know. So, like I said, this stuff didn't hit me till months later, you know. You know, I forgot what I was doing. But I was just like, oh shit. I sat down one day and I was just like, oh shit, that could have been that could have been an angel, you know. Um, so yeah, man, you know, this is why, like I said, it's important how we treat other people. All right, because you know, for one, the scriptures say if it be possible to be at peace with all men. All right, that's one thing, but again, man, you never know. You could be the particular individual that you're, you know, dealing with. He could be an angel, man, and you know that could be a test on your behalf to see, you know, because like I said, the angel, hey, you know, the angels, they give report, you know, they give report back to the Heavenly Father, you know. And I want to read this real quick in Genesis 19, starting at verse 1. It says, and there came two angels to Sodom at even, and Lot sat in the gate of Sodom. And Lot, seeing them, rose up to meet them, and he bowed himself with his face toward the ground. And you see, even though Lot, you know, he showed reverence to these angels, but he didn't know they were angels. You see, because, you know, a lot of times, hey, angels, they show up, you know, they could appear to be regular men, you know, they can appear to be regular men. All right. And there's plenty of accounts where, you know, the angels showed up and, you know, dealing with Jake, and, you know, Jake has no idea that, you know, they're dealing with an angel, you know. So again, this is just one of those examples, right? How, again, because this is when, during the time of Sodom and Gomorrah, the angels, these two angels that came down to pretty much scope out the land, because they were, hey, the Lord was getting ready to judge the place. So he had the angels, sent the angels down to scope out the place, all right? And this is where you get this here, right? I read on down to verse 2, says, and he said, behold, now, my lords, turn in, I pray you, into your servant's house, and tarry all night, and wash your feet, and ye shall rise up early and go on your ways. And they said, nay, but we will abide in the street all night. So basically, you know, a lot showing hospitality, all right, you know, being, you know, real brotherly, showing brotherly love and whatnot, you know. But again, the fact being that a lot, he didn't know that these two Jakes, he didn't know that they were angels, all right, you know, because they appeared to be men, regular men, all right. And like I said, there's plenty of examples, you know, and I'm sure, you know, many brothers have, you know, possible encounters with angels. You know, brothers give the testimonies all the time, you know. Let me get this here, because like even with Yahushua, you know, when Yahushua was risen, if I'm not mistaken, when he rose from the dead, and he came to the disciples, they didn't recognize him. You can read this here in Luke 24, if I'm not mistaken. So let me just start at verse 1. It says, now upon the first day of the week, very early in the morning, they came under the sepulchre, bringing the spices which they had prepared, and certain others with them. And they found the stone rolled away from the sepulchre, and they entered and found not the body of the Lord Yahushua. And it came to pass, as they were much perplexed thereabout, behold, two men stood by them in shining garments. And as they were afraid, and bowed down their faces to the earth, and they said unto them, we seek ye the living among the dead. You know, because there was a point in time where coming across angels, it wasn't you know, it wasn't it was pretty much I'm not gonna say normal, but you know, it was a thing where, like I said, you know, from time to time, you know, that the angels would appear, and you know, our forefathers, they knew they were speaking to angels, and you know, they were reverence and whatnot, all right. But again, there were times where angels showed up, and you know, our forefathers, they didn't know they were talking to angels, you know. Where was I at? Verse 5, it says that as they were afraid and bowed down their faces to the earth, they said unto them, why seek ye the living among the dead? He is not here, but it is risen. Remember how he spake unto you when he was in Galilee, saying, the Son of Man must be delivered into the hands of sinful men, and be crucified, and the third day rise again. And they remembered his words, and returned from the sepulchre, and told all these things unto the 11 and to all the rest. It was Mary Magdalene, and Joanna, and Mary the mother of James, and other women that were with them, which told these things unto the apostles, and their words seemed and their words seemed to them as idle tales, and they believed them not. Then arose Peter, and ran unto the sepulchre, and stooping down, he beheld the linen clothes laid by themselves, and departed, wondering in himself at that which was come to pass. And behold, two of them went that same day to the village called Emmaus, which was from Jerusalem about 80 furlongs, and they talked together of all these things which had happened. And it came to pass, while they communed together and reasoned, Yahushua himself drew near and went with them. But their eyes were holden that they should not know him. So Yahushua, he appeared to the disciples, but they didn't recognize him. All right. And when you read on down, pretty much Yahushua, again, being unrecognizable, right? He was talking to the disciples, right? And the whole time they're not knowing that this is Yahushua that they're speaking with. When you read on down, if I'm not mistaken, it goes into how basically, because, pretty much Yahushua, he pretty much gave, how do I say it? Because later on down, it hit the disciples that, oh shit, this is Yahushua, it hit them, it dawned on them later on, right? But when Yahushua first appeared to them, they didn't recognize him, all right? And again, just to show you how, the angels, right? Of course, Yahushua being the top angel, the angels, man, they can, be here, and just because they're not in their angelic form, because again, they can appear to be regular men. They walking around such as regular men. I believe there's another account where, oh man, I forgot where it is. Well, I don't know where it is at the moment. But basically, because you have one account where the angel, I think that's an apocrypha, if I'm not mistaken. You might know what I'm talking about too. But the angel, he's appearing to eat. Was that Daniel? Oh man, I don't remember. But there's one account where the angel, he's appearing to eat. He's appearing as he's eating, but he's not really eating. All right. You see, because they can appear to do these things, but nevertheless, like I said, that's just what it is in an appearance. All right. So. Like I said, the angels are here, but they appear to be regular men. All right. And this is why, again, we have to be circumspect on how we deal with people. All right. I remember another situation, just, like I said, and this is around the same time where, really going through it, stressed out, frustrated, all that, man. All right. I was in the store with my demon again. And you had some random Jake. He appeared to be bugged out, man. But the spirit had it on me to where, I actually took the time out and just listened to what the Jake had to say, and basically he was just talking to me about, like I said, it was completely random, man. If I wasn't in the truth, I probably would have cursed him out or, whatever, but like I said, the spirit had it to where, this random Jake, came up to me, and he was just talking about, because he seen me walking with my woman, all right, and he was just talking about how is it like dating basically being in a what they call a biracial relationship, right? Because my woman, she's an Ephraimite, right? I'm a Judite, right? He was just asking me questions about that. How is it, how do my parents accept it? And because he was talking about how his parents, they didn't accept him dating, being in a biracial relationship. He was just random stuff, and I actually took the time out to, just talk with the Jake and whatnot, just see what he had to say. My demon, she was all, freaked out because, it just came out of nowhere. But, I told her, relax, let me handle it, whatever. Right. And like I said, I just took the time out to talk to the Jake, and just deal with him accordingly, but, like I said, that, like, just another situation where that could have been a possible angel, man, give a report. Because again, the angels, hey, they give report, man. They give report, That may have been another situation where, hey, I was being tested. All right, because like I said, man, the Jake, he looked bugged out for one. All right, he looked hella bugged out from the way he dressed, and he just looked like he was bugged out. But like I said, the spirit had it on me to where I still just chatted with the bro, chatted with the Jake, and had the conversation. I just took the time out to listen to him. But nevertheless, that could have been a Jake, man, and another account where, hey, I'm being tested, because, hey, you don't know for sure unless the angel tells you. But other than that, you don't know, right? So with that, I'm gonna get this in Hebrews chapter 13, verse 1. It says, let brotherly love continue. All right, because again, you want to be real careful how, especially when it comes to the hopefully elect. All right, how brothers deal with one another. You got to be real careful, man, because brothers come from all different walks of life, and you don't want to just do or say anything to offend a brother, because, hey, what does the scripture say? You offend one of the little ones, you're offending me. Talking about Yawakal. All right, and hey, you just willingly offending one of the Lord's elect. That's not something that the Lord takes lightly, man. The Lord doesn't play. I used this comparison the other day about pretty much to give you a small glimpse, all right, a small glimpse of how the Lord feels about his men, his elect men, is you just look at a mother bear with her cubs, man. Hey, mama bear, she don't play about her cubs, and that's on a lowly level, man, a low level, right? So how much more does it come to when with Yahushua and his men, all right, his elect men? You want to be real careful how you talk and deal with other brothers. All right, got to be gentle towards one another, man. So again, it says, let brotherly love continue. Be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unawares. So you see, random cases where you be chat with random people, random individuals. Those could possibly be angels. You could possibly be entertaining angels. All right, unawares, man. Because, hey, they're here, and they're walking around appearing to be regular men. All right, they appear to be regular men, so you never know, man. But like I said, man, this was, it was on my spirit, man. Because like I said, this that took place, back in 2019, man. It's every now and then, every so often, it would, the Lord would replay it in my mind, and like I said, the spirit today just, told me to just touch on it, do a video on it, man. So hopefully this has been edifying to the elect, giving all praises to Yahweh Shem Shai, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, Yahweh Shem Shai, Barakathum to you sincere believers. Lord's willing, until next time, Shalom.